So we finally had the opportunity to see Mufasa the Lion King. And I have to say, while I enjoyed this film, I definitely had my issues with it, and there were some things that I was confused on, that we both were confused on. Welcome back to the Voiceovers Podcast. I'm 24K Logan.
Cameron Logan.
When I say there's things I'm confused on with the Lion King, Mufasa to be specific, while I understand the purpose of why they did it or why it was written the way it was written, I don't know if I'm completely sold on Scar and Mufasa not being brothers, only because those of us who are old enough to remember it or grew up with it long enough way before the live action became a thing, we were always under the impression that Scar and Mufasa were not, or that they were blood brothers.
Yeah.
And now to rewrite that, I see why they did it, and we're going to get into that, but I'm still kind of 50-50 on that.
Well, I mean, you the one who brought up the theory in the first place. Not about, yes, about them being related, but about like how the male lions worked in the lion pride. Yeah. And like, you know, in real lion groups, whatever they're called, there's like one alpha lion and there's no other male lions. If there is, he's like the son of it or whatever. Yeah. And the rest is female lions, because, you know, female lions, they do a lot of hunting. So it's cool how they had a historical accuracy on that, but it's kind of dark once you realize, like, oh, when they say strictly a bloodline, like they really mean strictly a bloodline. No outsiders, no nothing. It's all of these together. So, you know, it's like, dang, but it's like, that's the realism in that. So that's one part right there. Another part, you see, like, even though they're not blood brothers, like from the same womb, you see, like, oh, they call each other brothers. They've known each other. Yeah,
they grew up together.
Yeah, so I see that, and they look different in the movie, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. And well, I'll say this: I think what I appreciated the most about this film, I've always said that a good film starts off on paper. A shout out to Barry Jenkins, because he did the damn thing with this film. I know there's some people who are not gonna like it because they don't want to be open-minded, and that says a lot coming from me, who is very biased towards old school stuff or original projects. But the story, obviously, and this is a spoiler review, it's in the title, but we were able to see how Scar and Mufasa, of course Scar was actually Taka.
Yeah.
We saw how Taka and Mufasa, how they actually met, and why Taka became jealous of Mufasa throughout time. And it gives the perfect explanation as into why they started off on bad terms at the beginning of the original Lion King.
Yeah.
I think that's what I appreciated the most about it. Even though I'm still kind of iffy on them not being blood brothers, it all makes sense now, or is starting to make some sense. And of course, when you bring up what real lion prides do in real life, it all comes together. I also appreciated the journey journey of them from cubs to adulthood, and of course, with it being titled Mufasa, we get to see how Mufasa became this mighty, powerful king full of wisdom. And I think that was the highlight of the film for me, seeing Mufasa at an early age have these instincts and the abilities that other cubs did not have, and then all of that plays a part in his journey and why he became such a powerful king.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I like how they went in like further atmosphere. Like, you know, they went to the snow mountains. That was cool. All little terrains, rivers. I mean, you know, Africa's like a big continent, and those things actually exist. So it's kind of cool to see more than just the Pride Lands or wherever Simba went when he ran off. And another thing, it was cool how they went to other details of the story, like how they found Zazu or Sarabi or Rafiki.
Yep.
You know, that was also a cool little backstory right there. And I'm not the biggest fan of like when they do little live action movies, you know, because if you see the list next year, it's a lot of live action stuff, remakes, sequels.
They got to be careful with how they do this.
Yeah. This works because it's like, dang, they could high key make another movie. You might like
Simba's Pride.
Yeah, like
they'll probably do a Simba's Pride.
1.5. I love that movie. He hates. He don't like it.
1.5.
Best Lion King. 1.5. The best Lion King.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Anyways, yeah. So it was just crazy to see all of that. Like see these characters from like their roots to where they are now. You see other antagonists. I forgot what their names. Yeah,
Kyros was the main antagonist. We also got to see the formation of Pride Rock. Of course, if you go to, well, I haven't been to Africa yet, but I don't think you're gonna find something that looks very similar to Pride Rock.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you'll see that. We actually got to see the shift of the earth, so to speak,
yeah,
and see how a big rock formed to be shaped like Pride Rock. That was pretty cool to me as well. Again, I think the film did a great job of showing the origin story of Scar and Mufasa, especially Mufasa, but more so Scar and Mufasa as a duo. Also, again, just like you said, the intro to Rafiki, Zazu, we get to see how all of these OG characters, came to fruition, how all of them came together in the journey of I guess you say the original Pride Rock. Do you think that this was better than the original? Well, not the original film, but do you think it was better than the live action? Because we know nothing is touching the original film.
So better than the first movie?
The first live action.
The first live action Lion King?
Yes.
So it was cool to seeing more voice actors, more soundtracks. Hopefully maybe one of those songs are blowing up right now. I don't know. The music videos come out. We'll see that. The
music for me, I appreciated some of it. I gotta be honest, I was not a fan of Kiro's song. I wasn't. Bye bye bye. I wasn't a fan of that. And the voice actor did a great job, by the way. I'm sorry I forgot his name, but the voice actor that played Kyros, or the actor that did the voice of Kyros, hell of a job. But some of these songs I was not a fan of. And I'm trying not to be biased towards the original
first movie,
because that is like prime. Obviously, that's prime Lion King. That is the best Lion King music.
Yeah.
The music, while it wasn't bad, some of it just did not belong in this movie, or it felt like it was forced into the movie. There were moments where they were talking about the journey, telling the story, and then they would go to a song. And I know, obviously, song selections are a part of Disney films.
Yeah.
But some of it just didn't work for me in this film.
I was
more focused on the journey of Mufasa and Scar.
But like you were reminded, it's a Disney movie. They sung in Disney movies. It's Disney. You just gotta. It's just one of those things. Cause I'm listening to. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot they used to sing in movies. I don't know. That's how long it's been since we had a more original Disney movie. You see in Pixar's films. They don't sing in those, you see what I mean? In Disney original movies, they sing in almost every movie, And I will say, when it comes down to a live action adaptation, maybe, just maybe, I will still put this one next to the original Lion King remake. I can't really think of any other live actions that were.
Oh wait, are you saying that
as a live action adaptation of a animated series?
You saying it's better than the first Lion King? Not obviously not the animated movie, the live action.
It was more of a. This is more of a original story. That one goes off of the first Lion King. This is more of it's like another version of 1.5, if you will. Backstory. How did we get here? But it's Mufasa's story. How did we get here? That was kind of cool to see.
I can't say another version of 1.5.
1.5 is great.
1.5, while it wasn't bad, it did not really feel like a Lion King movie.
Yeah.
It had the animation style.
Yeah.
You brought back Matthew Broderick. You brought back Ernie Sabella as Pumbaa.
Yeah.
You brought back Nathan Lane as Timon.
Yeah.
But other than that, it just didn't. I'm not saying that this felt like the original.
Yeah.
It felt like a Lion King movie because it focused mostly on lions.
Yeah.
So that was.
But a backstory, so 1.5.
But you got to take that. I guess you got to take that with a grain of salt. But all in all, I definitely enjoyed the film. I really appreciated the story. Growing up, I was curious as to why Scar, or Taka, who became Scar, of course, why he got to be so, or how he got to be so evil. Why did him and Mufasa have such this tension towards each other, and why did they start off on bad terms in the beginning of the original film? And we finally got some answers. It's starting to click more for me, and all in all, I think it connects better than a lot of people want to give it credit for. If nothing else, the film, in terms of the visuals, was beautiful.
Oh yeah,
anybody who's saying these visuals are cheesy or bad, you're just being ridiculous. Like, y'all thought the 2019 live action had good visuals. These visuals were fantastic. Yeah, some of the best I've seen in live action.
I don't know if they had the budget revealed, but if it's so, I'll let y'all know in the comments or whatever.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that for you. Yeah. But we appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have plenty of content on the way. Comment down below what you think about Mufasa. Do you think it was worth the watch? Do you think it's better than the live action remake? And what do you think the future could be for the Lion King franchise? That is something I think is worth discussing as well. But again, thank you for watching. And until next time, peace and love to everybody.